Alright, let's dive into something that's both inspiring and a little mind-boggling. Have you ever thought about using stand-up comedy as a way to tackle anxiety? Sounds counterintuitive, right? I mean, standing in front of a crowd, mic in hand, trying to make strangers laugh while your heart's pounding, that's the last thing most people with anxiety would sign up for. But here's the thing, one guy from Sheffield, Adam Rogers, did exactly that, and he's calling it his version of exposure therapy. Personally, I think this is fascinating because it flips the script on how we usually deal with fear. Instead of avoiding it, he's leaning all the way in. What makes this really interesting is the irony of it all, using one of the most anxiety-inducing activities to cure anxiety. It's like fighting fire with fire, but in a way that's oddly therapeutic. Now, let's break this down. Adam, who's 41, stepped onto a comedy stage for the first time in 2025. Imagine that, a milestone birthday, a bucket list, and a decision to face your deepest fears head-on. What many people don't realize is how much courage it takes to do something like this, especially when you're battling general anxiety disorder. He's not just telling jokes, he's rewriting his relationship with fear. And here's where it gets even more compelling. He's documented his journey in a blog called Notes from a Nervous Comedian. It's not just about the laughs, it's about perfectionism, vulnerability, and isolation, all the things that come with anxiety. If you take a step back and think about it, humor becomes a weapon against the very thing that's holding you back. It's like he's saying, if I can make people laugh while I'm terrified, maybe I'm not as powerless as I thought. But here's the part that really got me thinking. Adam's story isn't just about him. He's now working as a teaching assistant, helping kids with learning difficulties overcome their own barriers. This raises a deeper question. How often do we let our fears stop us from not just pursuing our passions, but also from helping others? His journey isn't just a personal victory, it's a blueprint for anyone who's ever felt stuck. And let's not forget his family's reaction. They think he's a bit crazy, but they are supportive because they see how it's transforming him. That's the power of doing something that scares you. It's not just about the outcome, it's about the person you become in the process. Now, let's zoom out for a second. Adam's story connects to a bigger trend we are seeing, people using creative outlets to manage mental health. Whether it's painting, music, or in this case, comedy, there's something about expressing yourself that helps you process the chaos. A detail I find fascinating is how he's turned his anxiety into material. His first rollercoaster ride. That's not just a bucket list item, it's fodder for his next set. And his goal to perform at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival before he's 50. That's not just ambition, it's a declaration that anxiety doesn't get to write his story. What this really suggests is that sometimes the scariest things are the ones most worth doing. So, here's my takeaway. Adam's story isn't just about comedy or anxiety, it's about the power of facing your fears, no matter how crazy it seems. In my opinion, we could all learn something from his approach. Maybe it's not about eliminating fear, but about finding a way to coexist with it, and maybe even laugh at it. What do you think? Could you ever use something as terrifying as stand-up comedy to tackle your own anxieties? Let me know in the comments. And if you're feeling inspired, maybe it's time to ask yourself, what's the one thing you've been avoiding that could actually set you free?